miss this video, watch till the end so I can spill all the tea on the rudest and nicest celebrities and YouTubers I've met throughout my life. Let's get started. Let me know if you've met any YouTubers, TikTokers, or other social media people in the comments below and rate your experience with them. Let's start with two very famous actresses. One is known for Euphoria, and one is known for posting provocative photos on the internet. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this video is kind of spread out through my whole life. So this one, I think I was like 8 years old, but I remember this vividly because this was just a very interesting day. So I was a big fan of Shake It Up, as most of us were, and if you don't know what Shake It Up was, it was a Disney show starring Zendaya and Bella Thorne, and I was obsessed with the show, and naturally, when I had the opportunity to meet them, I took it. So this happened at Disneyland, and we were there with family friends, so my family and their family. Their mom knew Bella Thorne's mom, and they were like close friends, and I was like, can I meet Bella Thorne? Because they happened to be at Disneyland the same time that we were gonna be at Disneyland, and I was so excited because, like I said, I was a really big fan of Shake It Up. I need to breathe. Anyway, so we finally got to meet them, and I have some tea. Zendaya, sweetheart, queen, icon. She was so sweet. She was so willing to take a photo with us and talk to us. Like I said, I was 8, so there wasn't much conversation going on. It's fine. Bella, on the other hand. Okay, okay. Throughout this video, I will be talking about my negative experiences with some YouTubers and some celebrities. Just saying, I know people have off days, and I'm not saying all these people are bad people. I probably just met them on a day that they were having a bad day, or they're just rude in general, because people are rude. But I don't think Bella is rude. I just think that my experience with her was not the best. So let me tell you what happened. Bella Thorne was not very sweet to me. She was very standoffish and very like, sure, I'll take a picture with you. But Zendaya was like, oh my god, of course, like, yeah. There's like a clear difference when you're a fan of someone and you're like waiting to meet them, and then, you know, it doesn't really work out how you think it's gonna work out in your head. You know what I mean? And that was definitely what the Bella Thorne experience was for me. Anyway, here's a photo of me with Bella Thorne and Zendaya at Disneyland with my brother and some other kids that we were with too. Zendaya, 9 out of 10, because it was kind of chaotic at Disneyland. Like, everyone was trying to pay attention to everyone, and it was a big deal. Bella Thorne, 2 out of 10. Sorry, sis. Speaking of controversial queens, I cannot say enough about this next person, Trisha Paytas. Okay, we got a lot to say. So I know that Trisha Paytas is very controversial on the internet. She makes a lot of videos on TikTok. Girl, get the coin. You know she's in the creator fund. Anyway, Trisha Paytas, if you don't know who she is, you should, because like, hello. I actually don't have a picture with her, unfortunately, but she was one of the sweetest, most down-to-earth YouTubers, celebrities, TikTokers I've ever met in my life. Okay, so the story starts off with my Trisha Paytas experience. I got invited to this comedy show to watch a bunch of YouTubers, which some of those YouTubers that I met at that comedy show will be sprinkled throughout this video, such as Shane Dawson, so keep on watching. Anyway, after the show ended, I got to meet Trisha, and I was, oh my god, I love her. Anyway, I love Trisha Paytas, and so when I saw her, I was like, hi Trisha, my name's Zoe, just want to introduce myself, like, hey, big fan. And she was like, oh my gosh, it is so nice to meet you, would you like a picture, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes. I love her. She is so sweet. She just got engaged. So congratulations and mazel tov to Trisha Paytas. Trisha's experience, I'm gonna rate her a 10 out of 10. She's boss, and I love her. Another person I met at this event was Gabby Hanna, also known as The Gabby Show. And my mom was obsessed with Gabby Hanna, The Gabby Show, she was known at the time. She started off on Vine just like David Dobrik. She was in that crew, and I actually met her and Liza at the same time, but I have another story about Liza coming later in the video, so just keep watching. Aside from the fact that my mom was kind of freaking out, Gabby was so kind and so cool. We took a bunch of selfies. Insert them here if I can find them, and if I can't, then this is awkward. Anyway, she's so cool, and I know that her and Trisha might be having some beef sometimes, but you know, it's fine. We love them both, just separately. Gabby Hanna, The Gabby Show, I'm gonna rate her a 10 out of 10. She's awesome. Next up, we have the Queen of Bows, Miss JoJo Siwa. I met JoJo at Universal Studios. She was going skydiving at one of those like indoor skydiving places. Hard to explain, but she was wearing like a full jumpsuit that said JoJo Siwa everywhere, and it was iconic. Something I didn't expect about JoJo Siwa was how tall she was. I'm 5'3" for reference, so in this picture you can clearly see how, you know. Anyway, I will say JoJo was not the most social or outgoing person, which was kind of strange. I was expecting her to be like super outgoing and super happy like she is in her videos, but again, not everyone is how they are on social media. I get it. Like I said though, everyone has off days. I totally understand, and some people just, you know, she wanted to do her own thing. She was skydiving. Also, side note, there were a bunch of other little kids running after her too. It wasn't just me. Not that I was running after her, but you know, we were all like together. I'm gonna rate JoJo Siwa a 7 out of 10. She was nice, super cool, I liked her fit, but you know, could have been better. But again, no hard feelings, JoJo. Still stan you and send me a bow. Next up, we have YouTube queen, YouTube legend, YouTube icon, and now CEO of a makeup line, RCL Beauty 101, also known as Rachel Levin. I actually just did a video with her, not to flex, but the link's down below if you want to go check it out. A lot of the comments were about me, which is so sweet and literally made my whole year because 2020 has not been great. But anyway, Rachel was so sweet. She invited me into her home. Obviously, both got COVID tested, both testing negative, so it's all good. But it was super fun to film with her, and I literally got to see the whole setup with the blue background that you guys see in her videos. It's actually her dining room, transformed into a studio. Fun fact. Also, her dog, Neo, the cutest, like this big, literally this big. So cute. Adorable. I'm gonna rate Rachel a 10 out of 10, link down below for her video, girl. Next up, the moment you've all been waiting for, Shane Dawson. You saw him in the thumbnail, I know that's why you clicked. Okay, my experience with Shane Dawson was interesting. Like I said earlier, I know these celebrities and YouTubers have off days just like everyone else, and I think I definitely caught him on one of those off days. This was at the same improv comedy event that I met Trisha and Gabby at, and actually I also met David Dobrik at the first time and then the second. We'll talk about David Dobrik next. But anyway, Shane Dawson. So I went up to him and started to try to have a conversation with him. He was very like quiet and reserved and very like, nice to meet you. Very, you know, just reserved. I don't know how else to explain it, but you know, kind of awkward. Like it was kind of an awkward situation. And I know he's gotten a lot of crap for all the stuff he has done over the years. I know he's not a terrible person, and I really hope that he comes back to YouTube because I think his conspiracy videos are iconic and I still watch them now. But in person, the meeting was not what I expected. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm gonna rate Shane Dawson like a 4.5 out of 10. I don't know, like, I love Shane Dawson's videos, don't get me wrong. Like, he is very creative and he's amazing and I love his content. But I think just the time I met him maybe wasn't the best experience for me. Probably or him. He was probably like, who is this girl? Why is she talking to me? Okay, the moment you've all been waiting for, David Dobrik. I just said that for the moment you've all been waiting for Shane Dawson, but David Dobrik is awesome. Please, please post a vlog, David. It's been like almost a year. Please post a vlog. We all want it, okay? Okay, so I've actually met David Dobrik on 2 occasions, and both of them were very interesting. So let's get into the first one. So I met David at the same comedy club that I met all those other people. He was really famous on Vine, but I wasn't really invested in Vine as much as I would have been later, if that makes sense. He was not super popular on YouTube at this time, so I wasn't like super invested in who he was. Like I knew who he was, but like not really. You know what I mean? So basically, this interaction was very interesting. I was actually talking to Gabby Hanna, and David comes up and runs up to me and he goes, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm David. I'm Gabby's boyfriend." Huh? So I was like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you too. Cool, like, this is my mom." Anyway, that was my first interaction with David Dobrik. It was very interesting because now I don't even think that Gabby and David are still friends, question mark? I don't know, but then he went on to date Liza, so that was a whole other thing. And don't worry, I'll get to my interactions with Liza, I promise. That's coming next. The second interaction with David was so embarrassing. Remember how I said I was short earlier when I was referring to JoJo Siwa's height? And yeah, apparently no one can see me because they're all taller than me. So I was at this movie event, I don't even know, I think it was at like USC or something, and I was walking up and I saw David Dobrik and I was like, oh my god, I met him the other month, like this is perfect. I could say, hey, remember me, because he definitely wouldn't, but it's fine. I was, you know, it's fine. So I went up to him by myself and I was like, David, hey. And he literally looked over me and walked away. Okay, there are a few options of things that happened here. Number one, he just didn't see me, didn't hear me, cool. Number two, he ignored me. David, I'm hurt. Post a vlog. David Dobrik, I'm gonna rate my interactions with him like an 8 out of 10 because they're funny as hell, I don't know. Okay, next up we have the queen, Liza Koshy. I think Liza is such a boss, she is amazing and she is so funny. So just like David, I actually also met Liza 2 times, and the first time was kind of, I didn't really meet her, I just kind of like saw her and we were like all talking in a group. The second time though was probably one of the cooler experiences that I've had with a celebrity slash YouTuber. So I was on set for her show called Double Dare on Nickelodeon. queen. And anyway, I was in the audience, and after, they were like setting up from one thing to another thing on set, and they were like figuring it out and stuff, and Liza's assistant came up, and I was like, hey girl, can I like go talk to Liza? Like, can I go like talk to her? Like, can we go chat? And she was like, sure, come on over. So her assistant took me to her, and I was like, hey Liza, I'm Zoe, we've met before, I just want to introduce myself. You're really awesome, and I make YouTube videos like you, and you're an inspiration. And then she takes my business card that I hand her, because naturally I would hand someone a business card anyway. And she looks at the card and she goes, oh, Zoe, I've seen your videos before. Excuse me? Liza Koshy has seen my videos before. What? And I was like, oh, nice to see you again. Subscribe, let's collab. Anyway, safe to say, my Liza interaction, I rate like a 12 million out of 10. She is so sweet and she's killing it with her career. I love seeing YouTube stars and other social media stars elevate their career into acting and hosting and a bunch of other stuff. I think it's so cool and such goals. Liza is an inspiration and she is killing it right now. Did I mention she's hilarious? All right guys, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you want a part 2, and who have you met? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.